Good morning, boys and girls. Happy Tuesday. Couple things. I already posted a video about our caterpillars and their progress. Most of them are in their pupa stage. We have two that are hanging downstairs and upside down in their J shape, like an upside down cane. We have one that's kind of hanging in a weird position. It's just kind of straight up and down. So I don't know if he didn't make it or he's going to change. That's why I won't move into them until Thursday to make sure that any of them that are going to change have a chance to do so. So that's what's going on there. Today is Tuesday, which means today at 1 o'clock, Mystery Doug is doing a live show. The link is here it's on class tag, and I'll put it in the comments of the YouTube video itself too. 1 o'clock, you can log in. I'm going to log in a little early just to make sure I get in, and if there's any problems, about 10 minutes early, I will try, and I'll sit there. You can have it up, and you can walk away from it and come back. So at 1 o'clock, right after, maybe after you're done lunch, see if your grown-up can log on. If you log on and check it out, I believe you can vote on what he's going to talk about. I haven't tried that yet. I saw that late last night, and I was getting sleepy. Okay, so be sure if you're available, check it out. If you're not available, I believe they're going to leave it up there for you to you could go back to that same link and watch it. So April being Poetry Month, I have yesterday when I was up in L17, I grabbed one of my other favorite poetry books. No More Homework, No More Test. It's a good one, okay? This book, it's a little different. It says selected by Bruce Lansky, or Lansky, I don't know how to say it. That means it's a collection of poems. Some are written by him, but others are ones that he's chosen, okay? So I picked this one. It's actually by Jack Predalewski, who is also a famous child poet. It's called Homework, Oh Homework, okay? Homework, oh homework, I hate you, you stink. I wish I could wash you away in the sink. If only a bomb would explode you to bits. Homework, oh homework, you're giving me fits. I'd rather take baths with a man-eating shark, or wrestle a lion alone in the dark, eat spinach and liver, pet 10 porcupines, then tackle the homework my teacher assigns. It's not that bad, is it? Homework, oh homework, you're last on my list. I simply can't see why you even exist. If you just disappeared, it would tickle me pink. Oh homework, I hate you, you stink. I didn't think my homework was that bad. I miss homework. I miss seeing what you did on your handwriting. I miss sending my friends to go collect them from the other rooms, and I miss you guys. Do you know that? I really, really missed you. And when I was in L17 yesterday, I was really sad because without you, it's just a classroom. It's just a room. In order for it to come to life, it really needs you in it. So it was just, I was sad. Oh, I forgot. Mrs. Jules' room is getting a new teacher, Mr. Gorf. Do you think he's related to Mr. Gorf? Mrs. Gorf? He is Mr. Gorf. Let's see. Mr. Gorf muttered Joy as she walked down the stairs to recess. Did she say Mr. Gorf? Mauricia nodded. Leslie caught up to them. Did she say Mr. Gorf? I think so, said Mauricia. Do you think, Leslie asked. I don't know, said Mauricia. I hope not, said Joy. Before Mrs. Jules ever came to Wayside School, the children had a teacher named Mrs. Gorf. She wasn't very nice. Even Myron was worried, and Myron had never gotten in trouble in his whole life. Mr. Gorf might be a good teacher, said Eric Bacon. Just because he has the same last name as Mrs. Gorf doesn't mean he'll be horrible. That's right, said Eric Evans. People with the same name can be different. Really, Neville? Neville says hi. I agree, said Eric Fry. There are probably lots of people named Mr. Gorf. Named Gorf. Damien said hopefully, I bet if you looked in the phone book, you'll find 10 whole pages of Gorfs. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not coming to school tomorrow, said Joy. Me neither, agreed Mauricia, but the next morning their parents made them go. Everyone arrived on time. Nobody dared to be late. But there was no teacher. Dee Dee sat next to Myron. Is he here? She whispered. Shh, whispered Myron. He folded his hand on his desk and was staring straight ahead. Best behavior. One by one, the children entered the classroom. They quietly sat down at their desk. Do you want to sit on my lap? They couldn't take any chances Mr. Gorf might walk through the door at any moment, or maybe he was already there, hiding in the coat closet, just waiting for someone to do something wrong. I didn't want to come today, whispered Calvin, but my parents made me. Shh, said BB. He might hear you. Mr. Kitzwater's voice came over the PA system. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, Mr. Kitzwater, the children all answered together, like good boys, little boys and girls. They listened attentively to the principal. Then, when Mr. Kitzwater was finished, they took out their arithmetic or math books and started working. After that, they did social studies, reading and spelling. When the recess bell rang, the children put their books neatly in their desk, quietly lined up, and walked out of the room and down the stairs. Sounds like us getting ready for lunch. So how's your substitute teacher? Asked Louis out on the playground. Tough, said BB. I've never worked so hard in my life. I did more work before 10 o'clock than most people do in a day, said Calvin. But he's very fair, said Myron. Just in case Mr. Gorf was listening, he might be hiding in the bushes. Yes, he's nice and fair and a very good teacher, said Jenny. Very smart, too, said Dee Dee. We're lucky to have him. Mr. Louis twisted the ends of his mustache between his fingers. After recess, the children returned to the class and worked until lunchtime. At lunch, they ate the food Miss Mush served them. Their manners were perfect. Mr. Gorf might be hiding under the table. After lunch, they returned to class, practiced their handwriting. Myron looked around. All of a sudden, he got the terrible urge to do something. Anything. Ooga booga, he said. Jenny put her fingers to her lips. Biff, boof, boof, said Myron a little louder. Shh, said Jenny. Myron stood up. No, he shouted. I don't have to be quiet. Everyone tried to get Myron to hush up. Myron climbed on top of his desk. Look around, folks. There's no teacher. We're all doing this for nothing. Get down, whispered Allison. Do you want to get us all in trouble? Myron jumped on top of Allison's desk. Hi, Allison, he said. Then he hopped over to Dee Dee's desk. Then Ron's, then Mauricia's. Please, Myron, said Mauricia. This is fun, said Myron. He took a great leap and landed on top of the teacher's desk. Mrs. Jules had always kept a coffee can full of Tootsie Roll Pops on her desk. It was still there. Hey, anyone want a Tootsie Roll Pop? Asked Myron. Everyone stared at him. Myron took one for himself. He sat in the teacher's chair with his feet up on the teacher's desk and sucked on it. Please stop, Myron, Jenny begged. What if he's hiding in the closet? Get real. Why would he hide in the closet? What if Mr. Gorf was married to Mrs. Gorf, said Allison. Myron laughed. Who would ever want to marry Mrs. Gorf, he asked. Somebody had to marry her, said Ronnie, or else she wouldn't have been a Mrs. What if he loved her very much, said Allison, and then one day she didn't come home from work and he never saw her again and he didn't know what happened to her, but he knew she used to teach his class. So he might be hiding in the closet to try to find out if we're the ones who got rid of her. If I was married to Mrs. Gorf, said Jason, I'd be glad she never came home. He should thank us. Nice going, Jason, said Jenny. If he is hiding in the closet, you just told him we're the ones who got rid of his wife. Well, if I didn't, you just did, said Jason. It doesn't matter, shouted Myron, because Mr. Gorf is not hiding in the closet. Myron went to the back of the room and opened the closet door. A man stepped out. Thank you, he said. I accidentally locked myself in here this morning, and I've been waiting for someone to open up the door. Myron swallowed his Tootsie Roll Pop, stick and all. I apologize for my cat. He's here again. We'll see what kind of teacher Mr. Gorf is tomorrow. Technically, spring break is Thursday through Monday. I kicked him. But I'll still read Wayside School. And of course, I'll give you updates on our caterpillars. So make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss it. And if you're not doing anything today at 1 o'clock, log on and watch the Mystery Doug. I know I'm going to. It's probably going to be the highlight of my day. All right, ladies and gents, see you later.